What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Knuckle Up with yours truly, Mike Orr, and my man Cedric. Ben in the den, doing what we do best. Prospects, undiscovered, up-and-coming young athletes from around the world for you to watch. The future of boxing is here now, guys, and today we got a good one for you. This guy has been fighting his whole life from day one. We're talking about Julian the Quiet Storm Smith. He's deaf, folks. He's a deaf pro athlete. We're going to break him down for you, give you some stats on him. We'll give you a little bit about his fighting, a little bit of background. So, guys, let's just get into it. Julian Smith, he's a welterweight, 31 years old, 5'9", out of Country Club Hills, Illinois. He's ranked 63 out of 402 in that division, 310 out of 2,034 in the world. And he's got 4 knockouts, man, out of that 5-1, man. So, he's definitely one of these kids to watch. He is scheduled to fight next month on the 30th against Alfredo Escarga. And this one's happened at Celebrity Theater Phoenix. Guys, make sure you mark this one down on your calendars. You're not going to want to miss this. This kid is talented, and he's deaf, man. So he's fighting a challenge as soon as he gets into that ring that no other fighter is facing at the moment, and it's hard to overcome. He's coming off of a loss, unanimous decision loss. It is his first loss of his career against Renel Menderos. That was back on March 25th, guys, 2022. Be on the lookout for this kid to be coming to a TV station near you, man, as one of the contestants on the up-and-coming reality boxing series, Celebrity Making of a Champion. Cedric, let's break down his fight style, man, for everybody out there.
Yeah. He's a brawler. He's a fighter, just like how he's had to fight his whole life. So that's the type of style that he brings into the ring. Takes a couple, but he definitely gives a couple, and his opponents definitely feel that extra gear of power that he has. Yeah, man, definitely. Like I said, he's a brawler in a good way. Like, he obviously has made it work for him so far. He said he lost his last match, so he's gonna have to clean that up just a little bit, just tighten up the defense, because as hard of a puncher as you can tell that he is, sometimes he's susceptible to getting hit with right hands because he keeps that left hand down. To a lot of people want to imitate that Mayweather style with that lead hand down, but if you're going to do that, your defense and your head movement has to be exceptionally good. So in order for him to improve at the higher levels, he's going to have to improve that defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this kid, right, Natalie Bibbs squinted through her screen door. Dusk was setting in. She was overly protective of her son, 8-year-old Julian, who hadn't come home yet. Bibbs stood there in the doorway with her hands on her hips, then peered back at the living room clock. It was too late for Julian to be out this long, she thought. So Bibbs popped open the front door, went out looking for him. She wandered a few blocks from her home in Robbins, a poverty-ridden south suburban Chicago community. And when she came across a circle of 5 boys punching and kicking someone on the ground, she ran up to the group. She kept hearing, "Get him, get him, get him." Sure enough, it was Julian. They were pounding him, curled up in a fetal position on the cracked pavement. Furious, Bibbs pushed the other kids off her son, pulled him back in her arms, walked home. Children would ignorantly mimic this kid. They would make faces behind his back to the other kids in front of him. It happened often. Adults in the area didn't want their children near him, all because Julian was deaf. Well, when Julian was 6 months old, he contracted meningitis, which made him hearing impaired. Smith did not completely grasp his situation until he was around 8, but no one else around him did. Smith was beat up. In time, he learned to fight back. It wasn't until after seeing his little brother get beat up, man. His brother came home with a pair of boxing gloves, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm going to teach you how to fight, and I'm going to teach you how to fend off these kids." And that's resonated with him, and he's never stopped, and he's applied that to his entire repertoire, man. A few advantages that Julian has is the ability to turn out the pre-fight toss track and crowd noise. He can hear the vibration of the 10-second clapper warnings, and depends on ringside help and the referee to let him know a round is over. Natalie is Julian's manager, and Team Smith would like to get a few more fights in before the end of the year. He is a free agent when it comes to a promoter. Adam Glenn, the son of legendary trainer Jimmy Glenn, distributed his last fight on boxingtv.com streaming service for the last card Julian fought on in July. Adam noticed that something when Julian was on the phone communicating with him afterwards. He admires him because of all the things a fighter goes through, that we all take for granted every day. It's just a reminder that this kid puts everything in to what he does, man, and that's fighting in this ring. And honestly, to overcome such struggles in your life, being in a poverty-ridden neighborhood, not having these friends, having all these kids beat the crap out of you, and it's hell, man. Unfortunately, his brother who taught him how to fight died, um, and it's resonated with him, and and he fights for him, and he fights for his brother, he fights for his family. And it's one of these things, guys. You gotta watch this kid, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. When he was 10 years old, he was signed up for football. The local coach told Julian he couldn't play football because of his hearing. His mom went to the practice every day, and they worked out a way to let Julian know the ball was snapped by tapping him on his thigh. One day the coach was yelling at Julian, and when he failed to respond, the coach screamed, "Julian, are you deaf?" The coach immediately ran to Natalie and apologized, forgetting about Julian's situation. In time, Bonds began. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not funny. Yes, Bonds began forming
I'm sure Julian laughed about
the other community kids. In time, Julian's confidence grew. Boxing played a vital role in his life, man. He needed to channel pent up rage, especially in 2012 when Brandon was tragically killed to gun violence. His brother, who taught him how to fight, man. His brother was sick and tired of watching him get bullied. So you know what? He one day brought home that red pair of gloves, taught him how to fight, and he didn't take it easy on him because you know what? The neighborhood kids were never going to take it easy on him. So his brother kicked his ass just like all these neighborhood kids were kicking his ass, and taught him to be strong and taught him to fight back. And you know what, man? We can see it. We can see it in the way that this kid fights, the way that he is carrying himself, man. Definitely, definitely one to watch, guys. So be on the lookout for him coming to you August 30th. We'll remind you, Julian the Quiet Storm Smith. Yes, man. Deaf boxer, pro, 5-1, 4 KOs. Guys, August 30th. Remember this. Carl, yes, gym check. 7 out of 10 today. You get a 7 out of 10. Is that because the bag's moving by the wind in the back, Carl? We're just wondering. We got Amber Rose here today. I'm so happy to be able to do another awesome live boxing update about another up-and-coming boxer from two great and knowledgeable individuals, Mr. Mike Orr and Mr. Cedric Ben. Well, thank you, Amber, and thank you for tuning in today. Much love and respect.
Shout out to Amber. I haven't seen you in a while. Shout out to Amber. What up?
Yes. Carl, just like how Cedric kicks your arse. We'll see that. We'll see. No, there's a kid on the side of the ring. Okay. Well, guys. We're almost out of time today. Cedric, do you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Julian Smith. He punches like Julian Jackson. And he's a fighter inside and outside the ring. So
definitely
support him.
Definitely support this kid, guys, man. Mark it on your calendar, August the 30th. Be on the lookout for Julian the Quiet Storm Smith coming to a ring near you. Yes, and tomorrow we got something good planned for you guys. We got Carl joining us from the other side of the pond from Last Bell Boxing. He's going to come over and join us, break down a new prospect for us. So, guys, make sure you tune into that special episode. And if you want to see Carl, you can hit him up on Last Bell Boxing, UK-based channel, man. Great content, great discussions, man. You can always chime in. They'll let you on the video, and you can drop your 2 cents and have a great debate, man, because that's what this is all about. So, guys, thank you for tuning into today's episode of Knuckle Up, featuring your man Mike Orr and my man Cedric Ben, doing what we do best: prospects, undisputed, undiscovered from around the world, man. If you haven't yet, talkinfight.com, man, hit that subscribe. And to all the other people streaming on all these other platforms that we have out here, man, there's too many to even really name off, but I'm going to do a few, man. Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Podbean, Spotify. You can catch us on all this stuff, guys. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. You know what it is, man. Knuckle up.